Welcome back to NT Coins World. If you're passionate about rare and valuable coins, you're in the right place. Today we're diving deep into two incredible Washington quarters that collectors are always on the lookout for. The 1967 Washington Quarter Dollar, the 1971 D Washington Quarter Dollar. We'll explore their history, design, mintage, market value, notable errors, and why they hold a special place in the world of numismatics. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an exciting coin discovery. Let's get started. The 1967 Washington Quarter is an interesting piece in US coinage history, but you may notice something unusual. It doesn't actually have a mint mark. That's because from 1965 to 1967, the US Mint removed mint marks from all coins in an effort to reduce hoarding and combat a coin shortage. However, the Denver Mint did produce a significant number of these quarters. By the mid-1960s, the US faced a nationwide coin shortage, largely due to the rising price of silver, which led people to hoard older silver coins. To address this issue, the US Mint transitioned from 90% silver composition to a copper nickel-clad coinage in 1965. The 1967 Washington Quarter was part of this new era designed to ensure a steady circulation of coins. The 1967 Quarter follows the standard Washington Quarter design, originally created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of George Washington with the inscriptions "Liberty" above his head, "In God We Trust" to the left, and the year 1967 below. On the reverse, we see the classic heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. The words "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" are inscribed at the top, while "Quarter Dollar" is positioned at the bottom. The US Mint produced 1,524,031,848 quarters in 1967, making it one of the more common quarters from this period. However, finding one in high-grade condition is a challenge due to circulation wear. Since no proof sets were officially released, special mint sets, SMS, were issued instead, containing higher quality strikes. Most 1967 quarters in circulated condition are only worth their face value, around 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples or SMS versions can be more valuable. A high-grade MS-67 SMS coin can sell for $500 or more, depending on its condition. Collectors seek error coins, and the 1967 Quarter has a few notable ones. Some coins exhibit doubling on the date or inscriptions. A quarter with significant off-centering can be worth $50 to $200 depending on the severity. These errors occur when the blank was improperly cut, leading to missing sections of the coin. Due to its history and errors, the 1967 Washington Quarter remains a fascinating coin for collectors. The 1967 Washington Quarter Dollar is one of the most intriguing coins from the late 1960s. Although the US Mint did not officially mint any quarters with a mint mark in 1967, there are strong rumors and collector claims about possible Denver Mint-struck quarters from that year. The 1960s were a turbulent time for US coinage. The nation had recently moved away from 90% silver coinage due to rising silver prices. The Coinage Act of 1965 eliminated silver from quarters and dimes, replacing them with a copper-nickel-clad composition. During this period, the US Mint stopped placing mint marks on coins from 1965 to 1967 to deter hoarding and speculation. However, some researchers and collectors believe that certain 1967 quarters could have been struck at the Denver Mint, even though no official mint mark appears. Features the iconic bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The word "Liberty" is inscribed above Washington's head. The year 1967 appears at the bottom. The motto, "In God We Trust," is located to the left. Features a majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows. Two olive branches appear below the eagle, symbolizing peace. The inscriptions United States of America and A Pluribus Unum are present. The denomination quarter dollar is displayed at the bottom. Approximately 1.5 billion Washington quarters were produced in 1967, but no official records exist for a 1967 version. 0.75% copper, 25% nickel, clad, weight 5.67 grams, diameter 24.3 millimeters, while standard 1967 quarters are common and generally worth face value in circulated condition. High-grade examples, especially those in mint state, MS-65 or higher, can fetch between $20 to $100 at auctions. However, if a 1967 quarter with a genuine mint mark were ever confirmed, it could be worth thousands of dollars due to its extreme rarity. As of now, no verified specimens exist in major grading databases. The 1967 quarter is known for several interesting mint errors, including some coins exhibit doubling on the word liberty and the date 1967. Coins struck significantly off-center can be worth anywhere from $50 to $500 depending on the misalignment, clipped plancher. Some quarters have a portion of the coin missing due to plancher cutting errors. These errors reveal the copper core, making the coin appear reddish-brown and significantly increasing its value. The 1967 quarter is popular among collectors due to its transitional period significance. While the 1967 quarter remains a mystery, even the standard 1967 quarters in high grades or with errors are highly sought after. The 1971D Washington quarter is another significant coin in U.S. numismatics. It marked nearly 4 decades since the series began in 1932 and is one of the first quarters minted entirely in the copper-nickel clad era after the phase-out of silver. By 1971, the transition to clad coinage was fully in place. The previous years saw the removal of silver from dimes and quarters, and by this time, collectors and the public had fully adjusted to the new composition. The demand for coins remained high, and the U.S. Mint produced large quantities of quarters to support circulation. The 1971 Washington quarter retains John Flanagan's classic design. The front of the coin features George Washington's portrait with "Liberty" inscribed above, "In God We Trust" to the left, and the year 1971 below. The eagle remains the focal point, perched on a bundle of arrows with an olive branch beneath, symbolizing the balance between military strength and peace. The inscriptions United States of America, A Pluribus Unum, and quarter dollar complete the design. The 1971D quarter had a substantial mintage, with 109,284,000 coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and 258,634,428 at the Denver Mint, marked with a D. There were also 3,220,733 proof coins struck at the San Francisco Mint, specifically for collectors. Because of its high mintage, the 1971D quarter is common in circulated condition and typically worth only its face value. However, uncirculated and proof versions can be valuable. A well-preserved quarter, graded MS-65 or MS-66, can be worth $50 to $200. Cameo and Deep Cameo proof versions from the San Francisco Mint are particularly desirable, sometimes selling for $100 or more in high grades. Collectors look for errors that add uniqueness and value to a coin. Some notable errors in the 1971 D Washington quarter include some 1971 D quarters display noticeable doubling on Washington's portrait, the date, or lettering. These can range in value from $50 to over $500 depending on the severity. A well-defined off-center strike with visible date and mint mark can fetch $100 plus. This error exposes the copper core, giving the coin a reddish appearance, and can be worth $200 or more. Even though it's a common issue, the 1971D quarter is significant as part of the early clad coinage era. Finding a well-preserved example, especially one with errors, can make it a valuable addition to any collection. The 1971 D. Washington quarter dollar marks the beginning of a new decade for U.S. coinage. While it may seem like a standard issue, some rare variations and errors make this quarter valuable to collectors. By 1971, the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned to copper-nickel clad coinage, and silver quarters were no longer in circulation. This was also a time when coin collecting surged in popularity, leading to increased scrutiny of minting errors and high-grade examples. The 1971 D. Washington quarter retained the classic design by John Flanagan, first introduced in 1932. Features the portrait of George Washington facing left. The inscription Liberty appears at the top. The date, 1971, is located below Washington's chin. The phrase, "In God We Trust," is positioned to the left. Displays a bald eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches. The words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum are inscribed above the eagle. The denomination quarter dollar appears at the bottom. Philadelphia, no mint mark, 109,284,000. Denver, D mint mark, 258,634,428. San Francisco, proof S mint mark, 3,220,733. Metal composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, clad. Weight, 5.67 grams. Diameter, 24.3 millimeters. Most 1971 D quarters in circulated condition are worth face value, 25 cents. However, coins in mint state, MS-65 or higher, can sell for $10 to $200 depending on condition. The highest auction record for a 1971 D quarter in MS-67 plus is around $3,000, while a 1971 quarter in superb condition can fetch over $2,000. 1971 D double die obverse DDO. Some coins display clear doubling in Liberty and the date 1971. These can be worth $50 to $500. A 10% to 50% off center strike can fetch anywhere from $50 to $1,000 depending on severity. These errors, where part of the coin is missing, can be worth $50 to $300, struck on a nickel planchet. If a 1971 quarter was mistakenly struck on a 5-gram nickel planchet, it could be worth $3,000 or more. Missing clad layer. A quarter missing its outer clad layer, revealing a copper core, can be valued at $500 to $1,500. The 1971 D Washington quarter is not considered a key date, but error coins and high-grade examples command significant premiums. With millions minted, only a few remain in pristine condition, making them highly desirable among numismatists. That wraps up today's deep dive into two Washington quarter dollar coins, the 1967 and 1971 D editions. While they may seem like ordinary change, their history, errors, and collector demand make them stand out. If you have one of these quarters, take a closer look. You might just have a valuable piece in your collection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin discoveries. Let us know in the comments which coin you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for watching NT Coins World. See you in the next video.